I don't understand why nobody can see the safety issues that are right in front of us when we are separating kids from parents in minor sport because of vaccine mandates, vaccine passes, and the idea of cohorts. For example,
Right.
I can't watch my daughter play sports. I have to wait in the car because apparently I become infectious to her when I'm in the building, but not when I'm in the hermetically sealed vehicle that we drive home in.
That you're cleaning the whole entire time you're in there waiting for her. You're cleaning the car.
Apparently. Apparently. But I mean, for me, this seems like rife for a creep to abuse the situation.
Yes. You know, all these protocols were put in place a long time ago for a reason, right? For a reason. And now, because of COVID, we're just going to throw them out because they don't fit the narrative, right? That's basically what this is there's a script, right? That's been written by whoever. And the script says, yeah, we should probably not allow unvaccinated parents in the facility where the kids are, right? And that opens up a whole Pandora's box of what could happen, right? So if this is about safety, right? Health and safety, and doing that is not about health and safety, right? So the hypocrisy of all of this, and where do pedophiles or sexual abusers or sexual deviants or whatever you want to call them, where do they hang out? They hang out in kids' organizations, right? Which means arenas, gyms, schools, wherever they can get access to kids, that's where they hang out. And the grooming process, takes a long time because they need to get themselves in a position of power and authority and trust. And once they have that, then they start grooming the kids. But the adults get groomed first, right? Before anything else happens, right? The last thing in the process of, this kind of behavior is a kid gets abused. That's the last thing that happens in the process. There's a long, lengthy grooming process, that happens. So yeah, we're putting our kids in dangerous situations by not having eyeballs on our kids when we should be able to.
The second thing I wanted to talk to you about is this sort of normalization of keeping secrets between unrelated adults and children that aren't their own, and keeping secrets away from parents. We see it in the mature minor theory of with vaccination, when this total stranger can interview your child and say, well, your child is mature enough to make these decisions, but they say it to the child, they don't say it to you.
Yeah.
And the parents really are carved out of it. And while it's one thing, we're talking about vaccination, I think it sets a very dangerous precedent where it normalizes this secrecy between unrelated adults and kids that aren't their own. And then it's becoming increasingly normalized because you go on the internet and you see people who call themselves mommy bloggers tweeting, I'll come pick up kids and take them to get vaccinated, and we'll tell everybody we're going to a movie. This is the sort of stuff you used to call the cops because of, but now it's righteous and virtuous because they think they're saving the planet from COVID, which doesn't really affect kids all that much.
Yeah. Well, from a neuroscience perspective, the human brain isn't fully developed till you're in your late 20s. So that argument right there, mature, whatever, minor, is off the table. And that's science. Okay, this is all about science. Well, I just threw a little science at you. So the kid does not have the capability to make that kind of decision, right? I just know from my own experience that, the tactics that they're using to coerce and manipulate and lie and all that were the same tactics that my abuser used against me. It's textbook. This is textbook. But I'm a crazy conspiracy theorist because I know nothing about this subject, right? Well, sorry, I've been in this subject for 15 years. I've heard a million stories of sexual abuse survivors. And guess what? They're all the same. They're all the same. They don't change. It's coercion, manipulation, and lying. That's what this is all about, right? And us truth seekers out there who are trying to find the truth, who are actually trying to protect the world at large about what's going on, we're just canceled. We're crazy. You know, everybody uses the word CTE with me, you know, concussion stuff. Critical thinker expert. That's what CTE is.
You'd like to get access to my show as well as other great TV style shows too, like Ezra's Nightly, Ezra Levant Show, and David Menzies' Friday night show, Rebel Roundup. Just go to rebelnews.com/subscribe. That's rebelnews.com/subscribe.